What are you retired from?
Military,
All right. How long were you in the military?
24 years.
All right. You're speaking very fast. What branch of the military did you serve in?
The Army.
Okay.
24 years. I wanted to do 30, but the doctors at the time.
Hey, it happens sometimes, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you did service and you served honorably. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome to the bench of justice.
The court is calling 2022 CR 7151, State of Texas versus Guatemoc Martinez. Guatemoc Martinez. I did the best I could. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Sure, we'll go for the defense, Judge.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Next, I'm showing you what is entitled application for community supervision or deferred adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it, Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, next I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, it appears that you're proceeding on the indictment as presented. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney?
Yes,
Did
ma'am.
you understand it? And did you sign it in all of the appropriate places?
That's correct.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams as a third-degree felony? The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes,
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
that is correct.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear
No,
to
ma'am.
get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There's a $500 fine. State will remain silent on your application for deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 658587. There's to be $57 for drug testing, the APSE course, and no contact with Ruby Rosario. Did you understand that that was the plea bargain agreement?
That's correct.
Defense,
That's correct, Judge.
state.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
They have not, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Fine.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, State Upper States Exhibit Number 1 and its attachments.
We reviewed the same, no objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am. I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you
I
understand?
understand.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We didn't know if the state, actually, if the court wanted to do a tap or not, Judge. Yeah.
I do my own tap.
Okay, Judge, then we're ready to proceed.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Martinez, we understands he put himself in a bad spot with this. And that's why he's accepting responsibility for this, Your Honor. He does have a child with the person with the no contact. The only thing we're going to ask on that is that he'd be allowed to have contact for visitation only pursuant to the court orders. He pays child support. He's gainfully employed, and he does try to exercise reasonable visitation with his child. This is, I believe, his first felony offense, Judge, and he wanted to, again, be given the opportunity so that he can continue to work, meet his obligations. He would hope that the court would take a look at that and give him that opportunity. I've explained to him the ups and downs of deferred. He understands that if the court's willing to give him that opportunity, that he will have a pretty big hammer over him if he makes a mistake. I've explained to him how that process works. And so he would like the court to consider doing that this time.
All right, Mr. Martinez, how many children do you have?
One is minor.
All right, and how old is your child?
13,
What's his date of birth?
11/10/09.
All right, thank you. That's always a test. I'm always seeing if people don't pass that test.
Easy to remember, 11/10/09.
All right, so are you employed?
I'm retired. I do a lot of handyman work,
All right, what are you retired from?
military,
All right, how long were you in the military?
24 years.
All right, you're speaking very fast.
That's
That's okay. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
should be negative.
All right, why do you say should be?
It would be.
All right,
Should be.
so have you ever used drugs in the past?
Yes, I have.
All right, what have you used in the past?
THC, cocaine, little bit of everything. Just I suffer a lot from us.
Okay, you suffer a lot from,
Just the mental issues, depression, suicidal ideation,
okay, are you seeing a doctor?
TBI, cognitive. Yeah, I go through the VA.
All right. All right, and are you getting any type of drug treatment from the VA as well?
Well, when I did get to that point, I always go supplement myself to low risk. I've been there about 3 or 4 times.
All right,
It works temporarily, but then as time goes by, just relapse or tend to remember why you're there and the issues, and it just doesn't really.
all right,
I try, I do what I can to.
all right, so,
keep me around from it,
all right, yeah, so you're gonna have to try for your children, okay?
Right.
And here's the thing, this is what I've discovered from my time of having clients who had mental health issues and also from studying about this in college, is that sometimes people are feeling great and everything is going fine and they're like, problem solved.
Right.
But I always tell people our bodies, and I don't know if this is a good analogy or not, but our bodies are sort of like vehicles. You got to take them in for maintenance. And if you don't, the vehicle will end up breaking down and it'd be worse than if you would have just taken it in for maintenance. So we're going to do all we can to help you. I'm going to grant his application for deferred adjudication. What branch of the military did you serve in?
The Army. I'm
Okay.
4 years. I wanted to do 30, but the doctors in the type of.
Hey, it happens sometimes, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you did service and you served honorably. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 3 years deferred adjudication. And if you complete everything early, you can get off early. So it doesn't matter if I were to give you 5 years deferred or 2 years deferred. With the 3 years deferred, you can still get off early if you complete everything. There's going to be a $500 fine that will be probated. There's to be restitution of $57 to SAPD for drug testing. The APSE course. There's to be no contact with Ruby Rosario. Once you've completed the APSE course, and if I'm able to hear from the complainant about her wishes, then I can change that. But for child exchanges or child visitation, you're gonna have to go through a third party. Is there a third party?
Yes, usually my sisters,
Okay,
but in.
all right. Well, sisters don't butt in. Sisters always have to watch out for their brothers. I know because I'm a sister, okay? There's going to be regular reporting, and that can be by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want you to have continued treatment for any mental health issues or drug issues through the VA. We're going to do field visits 1 time per month, and that will be regular, so that it doesn't have to be a surprise visit. And the only reason why I'm not doing a surprise visit or random visit with you is because I don't want to interfere with whatever your mental health treatment is. And I don't want to trigger anything by a complete stranger knocking on your door at different times through the month, okay?
I can appreciate.
And we're going to do regular UAs, or you can do the patch. The patch is more expensive, but the patch doesn't interfere with your time as much because you have the patch on, you know when to return it, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna ask for parenting classes. And once you complete those parenting classes, then the 100 hours of community service restitution will be waived. And if they have parenting classes at the VA, he's more than welcome to take those parenting classes at the VA. And I'm going to want a MIC evaluation and take in consideration 658587. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. So I did, because I love history. I wanted to make sure I knew where your name came from. So you got a lot to live up to with that name, okay?
Learn how to say it.
No, well, see, here's the thing. I looked it up and it's spelled with a C instead of a G. So the G is throwing me off. I don't know if that's a hard G or a soft G.
Oh, remember that's the first day that told County misspelled.
They misspelled it.
A lot. A lot.
Okay, you know what? If I didn't already give you credit, I would tell you, you've got to get that changed so it can be spelled correctly.
Good.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
In today's legal breakdown, we step inside the courtroom of Judge Stephanie Boyd for the case of the state of Texas versus Mr. Martinez. This proceeding highlights the critical intersection of the criminal justice system, veteran affairs, and mental health. Martinez faced a third-degree felony charge for possession of a controlled substance, specifically between 1 and 4 grams. In Texas, a conviction of this magnitude carries a heavy weight, ranging from 2 to 10 years in prison and substantial fines. The hearing centered on a negotiated plea bargain. Martinez chose to waive his right to a jury trial and a formal reading of the indictment, opting instead for a path toward rehabilitation. Judge Boyd meticulously reviewed the defendant's rights, ensuring he understood the gravity of giving up his right to confront witnesses and remain silent. The defense highlighted Martinez's background as a retired U.S. Army veteran. During the exchange, the defendant candidly discussed his struggles with depression and past substance use. Recognizing these mitigating factors, Judge Boyd granted a 3-year term of deferred adjudication. This is a pivotal legal mechanism. It allows the defendant to avoid a final conviction on his record, provided he adheres to strict conditions. These conditions were specifically tailored to support his recovery. They include mandatory mental health and drug treatment through the VA, parenting classes, and restitution. In a notable display of judicial empathy, Judge Boyd ordered that his monthly field visits be scheduled rather than random, specifically to avoid triggering his mental health conditions with surprise arrivals. While the hammer of a 10-year sentence remains if he fails to comply, the court's focus remained on providing a structured environment for a veteran to rebuild his life. This case serves as a powerful reminder of how the law can balance accountability with the specific needs of those who have served.